Creating a professional Instagram grid does not need to take you a lot of time. I have a game-changing method to make your design of your Instagram so much easier, especially in 2025. Little hint, it's got something to do with 2025. Because Instagram has changed. It no longer needs to be this perfectly curated thing. People are actually responding less to that these days. So I want to teach you how you can create an Instagram grid that is not only going to take you a lot less time, is going to be on trend for 2025, and is going to connect with your audience in a far more authentic way. So hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Jacqui and I am a graphic designer who loves teaching business owners how they can use CANVA, design, branding to really grow their businesses strategically, even if you wouldn't call yourself creative. Now, people always complain to me, oh, my Instagram's taking me ages, it doesn't look very good, it's blah, 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 blah. There are a few simple tips that I want to share with you that is going to change the game for you on your Instagram grid. And so if you don't know, your Instagram grid is just your Instagram grid. I'm going to pop a screenshot up here of mine now, and you'll see that there is a lot of, it's just all of my posts and what they look like in general. And so when someone comes to follow you, they hit on this page and they are deciding, they're looking at this grid and they're thinking, is this person really the person I want to follow? Do I want to give them a follow? Do I want their content coming up into my feed? So what they're going to be looking at is this content relevant for me? Does it look unique and interesting? Does it look like it's actually professional? Does it look like I can trust them? All these different things they're going through in their mind. Is it even relevant to me? And so through your branding and through your design, you need to communicate these things. I teach a lot about branding and design, so I'm not going to go into that specifically today, but in essence, your colors, your fonts, your brand style needs to connect with your audience. It needs to appeal to them, and it needs to connect with them in a level that shows them what you do at a glance. They can see the kind of person you are, how you want them to feel when they work with you. For example, if you're a day spa, I always use this example. If you're a day spa, you might have really calm blues and greens because you want people to feel calm when they work with you. Your business also has people wanting to feel something when they work with you. So you can represent that through what your branding looks like. And you can also pre-qualify people. Like they can come to your grid and say, oh, this person's for me, or this person's not for me. We want to make sure we're drawing in those right people. And so being really intentional with the way our Instagram grid looks is so important. But what's coming now in 2025 and onwards is the introduction of AI, the introduction of other people creating our content, other bots creating our content in authentic content. And while I totally believe in using AI, I use AI in a lot of my content. What's going to really perform is content that actually connects with people. And what connects with people isn't perfectly curated designs. And so for you as a business owner, you need to toe the line between perfectly curated, because curated Instagram designs do have a place to show your professionalism and to build and your expertise. But we also want to balance this with authentic content, with content that doesn't feel like it's perfectly curated, that AI made it, that it's just some other thing that's not really relevant. It isn't something that they could just have found anywhere on the internet. We want them to kind of build a relationship with you. And so this is particularly important if you have a personal brand. If you have a personal brand where people are connecting with you as a person, you are the face of your business. Like even for me, I have a team that work for me, but I am the face of my business. People come to my Instagram to get to know me, not necessarily my team, as amazing as they are. And so what we want to do is make sure you are at the forefront of your brand. And for personal brands in particular, this is wildly important. So what I want to share with you today is a method I've penned, the 2-5 Instagram grid method. And it's going to be really easy for you to remember. One, because it's 2025, and second, because you use the numbers 2 and 5. A big problem that I see is people trying to make their grids too curated. It means that every single post is a properly designed post. It's like they've spent ages on Canva curating this perfect post. It's got all of their brand colors, all of their fonts, all of this like fancy design. And while I believe that has a place, I don't believe it has a regular place. So I'm going to show you a design now. This is going to blow your mind. So I'm going to give you this template for you to create your own version of this. So stay tuned to the end. I'm going to share with you how you can get that template. But in essence, you can see here an example of an Instagram grid. Now you'll see on this Instagram grid, it doesn't look wildly curated, but there is a curation to it. Things aren't totally haphazard, and there is some function and some rhythm to it. That's something that I really want to talk about, is this idea of rhythm. Your feed can have rhythm without it being perfectly curated. And this is going to take you so much less time. So I want to step through this 2-5 method for you. So you'll see here, I put a little black box around a couple of these posts. This post here is a black box. This post here is a black box. This post here is a black box. And this is a 2-5 method. Every second post and every 5th post that you share should be a really curated post, and the other post should look a lot more organic to Instagram. It should look like it was kind of made on Instagram, just kind of more like, oh, I just snapped this picture today, or oh, this is just a picture, or oh, this is just the real cover. Like just something that feels a lot more authentic and original. And so I'm going to share some tips around this shortly. So the 2-5 method goes like this. Every second post and every 5th post is curated. So if you go 1, 2, curated post, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that 5th post is curated. 1, 2, curated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, curated again. And this rhythm really helps to build you a grid that looks rhythmic and professional without being stuffy and corporate and inauthentic. But for this to work, we still need to do it intentionally. I can't just be posting any random picture that I snap in the world, I want to do this intentionally. So for me here, you'll see my branding colors. These right here are my branding colors. They're the main 4 that I use. I have a few different iterations of these, but these are the main ones that I'm using at the moment. And you'll see that in most of my photos and in all of my graphics, these colors are being used. So obviously in all of my really curated posts, like this one here, here, and here, they're featuring my green and my purple quite strongly. But in all of my other posts, you still see hints of my branding. You can see I'm wearing a purple shirt here, I've got a green plant in the background, green post in the preview here, purple being worn here and in the background here, same here. I've got my purple pants on, green top here, purple background, and so on and so forth. Even green background here and purple top here. Your photos don't need to be perfect. Like not all of these are like, this is just a picture I snapped at home. This is a picture from my phone that I snapped at home, selfie. These aren't perfect photos by any means, and I have introduced a few of my branding photos here. I've got one here, I've got one here. I still think it's great to add those in occasionally if you do have professional photos being taken of you, but it doesn't mean that all of your posts need to do that. This advice that I'm sharing with you is totally different than what I would have shared with you 3 years ago. But Instagram is changing it. We need to make sure that we're keeping up with it, that we're being authentic as we share. And so as you curate your grid, use this 2-5 method. Every second post and every fifth post, every second post, every fifth post can be a really curated post. But beyond that, these posts can be much more organic, much more authentic, but still having them not just randomly haphazard, but have them somehow referencing your branding. So if you can wear some of your branding colors, or even as simple as if your branding is light and airy, make sure you're in light and airy backgrounds. Like don't be in a dark room taking a photo. Go outside and get some really light airing and use a white background, for example. Or if your branding is really dark and moody, don't go outside and take a light and airy photo. And so kind of trying to work in with your brand vibe, your brand colors, your brand feel through any random photos you might take to add to your grid. Like for example too, like this here, this post here is actually just a screenshot from the reel that I shared. Same with this one down here. It's just a screenshot from a reel that I shared. And you'll notice that on that reel, one, I'm trying to wear my brand colors and trying to carry the same vibe around of my business and my brand. But you'll also see the text on top of this is still branded too. I've used a purple font. And down here, same, I've used a purple font. And so even when you're doing this, if you're not even updating some fancy pants reel cover, you can still add in text, add in elements to your reel covers that still feature your branding. So the way I recommend doing this is literally just grabbing a screenshot or taking a photo when you're doing and posting a reel and then using that as your reel cover. I'm going to show you how you can do that really quickly without even having to open Canva. So first what you can do is open up a video of that your reel is, or unless you've taken a photo. So for me, this might be a reel that I might post later on. It's just a picture of me and my son dancing in the lounge room, and I haven't taken a picture of me and my son when I made this reel. So what I might want to do is take a screenshot. So I'm just going to open up this video. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take a screenshot for an iPhone. You're just clicking the side volume up button and the power button. I'm going to click those together and it's taking a screenshot of that. So how will you take a screenshot? Take a screenshot. Then I'm going to open up Instagram again, swipe across to access my stories. Oh, hey. Then I'm going to insert that picture that I've just taken, that screenshot I've just taken. And so I've just brought up that screenshot. It's just, I haven't done anything to it yet. I could do some editing to this if I wanted to. I could have gone into my photos and done a little bit of editing. I could go into editing, kind of just make the things a little bit brighter, a little bit more contrasted. I probably recommend doing this sometimes if your coloring isn't quite spot on. Like for me, I wouldn't mind editing the brightness and the saturation of this because it's a little bit washed out, but not going too far with things either. And then I can open that into my Instagram stories. What I'm then going to do is add in a bit of a hook, some text that's relevant to my reels. And I'm going to use my little tool at the side here to change the layout of my text. Something like so. I'm going to move that around. What I want to do is keep the text in the middle of your design. So no higher than this and no lower than this, because your Instagram grid is going to get chopped to a square. I've got a whole tutorial on how you can make sure you create graphics that are going to look good on your Instagram grid. I will link that here, so make sure you give that a watch if you're unsure of what I mean by the Instagram grid crop, because that's really important when making reel covers and portrait Instagram posts, which is what I recommend. All right, so I'm just going to move this around and place it somewhere like this. Also make sure that text is large enough that it can be seen from your grid, because people are never going to actually see this reel cover by itself. They're only going to see it small in your Instagram grid. If I want to change this to my brand color, all I can actually do is hover over this color spectrum, hold down my finger on the colors, and I can move my finger around to choose a color. So I'm going to choose this one here. It's close to my brand color. Or if I wanted to get my brand color exact, I've actually made some stickers of my brand colors here. I've got a whole tutorial on how to do that, so I will link that here as well. And I'm going to use the color dropper to select that color there. That's exactly my brand color. I'm going to delete that color block there. And now what I can do is I can press this 3 dots and press save. And then in the future, I can use that as my reel cover. So if you don't know the way that you can add a reel cover into a reel, I'm just going to use a reel, for example, that I shared yesterday that didn't have a good reel cover. So open up the reel that you want to edit the cover for. You can do this when you're posting it or after the fact. And you can press this 3 dots if you're doing it after the fact. Press manage. edit. And you'll see this little section here that's showing your reel cover. So in here, you can select cover and you can select either a snippet from your reel. So you can move your finger around and select a screenshot from your reel. So you can totally do this if you've got a good clip that you can just use. Although I personally love adding in some really intentional text like I've just done. Or you can press add from camera roll. And in here, I'm just going to select that picture that I just made on my Instagram stories. I'm pretending this was for a reel that I shared of the same kind of dancing thing with my son. And I'm using that as a reel cover because if we have a reel cover that looks similar to our reel, it's much easier for people to go back to our grid and find that reel when they want to refer back to it as well. I'm going to press done. And then that would now be my new reel cover. And you saw how quick that was. I could just take a screenshot, open in stories, add my text in a branded color, save it, and add it as a reel cover. That's all we need to do. We don't need to make it more complex. We don't need to open up Instagram because that then can be one of our really quick posts that we do that isn't one of our curated posts that helps your grid to look authentic, but on brand. So for you, as you're planning your grid, this can be a really great way to kind of begin to look at that pattern and learn that pattern. After a while, you don't need to do a mock-up on your Canva of what your Instagram grid will look like. You can totally just wing it. You can look at your grid and think, oh, the last time I did a curated post was 2 posts ago. I'm up to doing another curated post. So it's 5 posts ago, like using that 2-5 rule and resharing that. And so if you want to actually just plan your designs out, you can just grab photos from your uploads and drag them into replace it on this. I'll open up the plain one for you here. You can open up and grab an upload. You might want to grab some reel covers you've already shared, some posts you've already shared, and drag those into these and begin to see how things kind of come together. And pay attention to those black boxes because this is where you should share a more curated post to kind of get that going. And you can see how things are coming together, and then you can fill it out with more organic kind of graphics that aren't super curated to kind of build that authenticity. You'll also see here some colors. These colors are really important. What I want you to do is add your branding colors to these circles. So click on the circle, click on this little circle up here and change this to one of your branding colors. If you've got your brand kit, if you've got Canva Pro, you can add that in just by clicking on it, or you can choose it from wherever you hide your branding colors and add that in there. And that way you'll be able to look at your Instagram grid and say, you know what? Are my branding colors coming across in my Instagram? Because we still want our grid to feel curated to some extent so that people know that we're actually a business. We're not just a random personal page posting stuff. We're a business that they can trust. And so if you look around this, if I even just grab this little green circle, I can see, all right, there's green in this post, there's green here, there's green here, there's green here. Like there's a lot of green being referenced here. Same if I did the same with the purple. And so you don't have to have every single one of your posts or every single one of your photos referencing all your branding colors, but it should at least do one and then carry that overall vibe. Like is it light and airy? Is it dark and moody? Whatever that is. So you can go through and fill this out so you can get an idea of what your grid might look like. You might even want to update this with your Instagram picture. You can change any of these numbers or your handle in here. I've also added in a little bit of a direction around what you should do for your bio in here. And you can add in your link in here and you can just kind of play with it and begin to get a feel. But don't stay here for too long. The most important part is to start posting to Instagram. And if you notice it's been a little while since you posted a curated post like this, pop one in just to kind of build that credibility. Or if you realize you've been doing way too many kind of more curated posts, pop in some more organic posts to build that authenticity as well. And when you're adding in these curated posts, all you need to do is you can go to your own, like say for me, I have a whole file of just all of my posts for Q3 and quarter. I ended up using this almost the whole year because I had a big year with having a baby. But in essence, you can just go to share, download, and you can download one of your posts. You can just download it as a PNG or a JPEG. Select you want that current page, or you can select and you can write in here page 30. Press download, and then you can put that into your uploads like so, and then drag that in. Or if you want to and you don't have like an Instagram grid templates already designed for yourself, you can even design them in this actual post. I've done an example for you here. Like I've made this template for your Instagram grid, the actual size that you should be doing Instagram posts, not reel covers, the Instagram posts. So you can then actually do a full design in here, download it right here, upload it back in, and then bring it and drag it into your grid to see what things are looking like. So there you have it. That is a 2-5 method. I'm going to link this Canva template below so you can dive in and start creating your own Instagram grid with a 2-5 method that is going to work in 2025 to build an authentic, professional Instagram grid for your business that does not take you ages to do. And if you're thinking, this is all great, Jacqui, but I don't actually have a brand to work from, or I don't know how to create designs that actually look professional, that's where I come in. I would love to teach you how to do those things. And I actually have a course that's all about it. It's called DIY Design My Biz, and it's all about teaching business owners like you how to use Canva, but not just how to use Canva, because you can know how to use Canva but still create really dodgy graphics because you don't have your brand foundation set and you don't know how to use design principles to create strategic and performing graphics. And so that's what I want to teach you with. And so if you'd like to find out more about DIY Design My Biz, just hit the link in the description and I would love to welcome you in. This is actually part of a whole series I'm doing on bold branding in 2025, and there are heaps of episodes and tutorials coming on how you can create bold brand and an effective Instagram grid for your business in 2025. So make sure you hit subscribe and stay tuned for those next episodes. See you soon.